weight screen stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a weight screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a weight screen, you know the rest. Patience is a virtue, so they say, but this weight screen's making you sway to a tune only time can keep, as you watch half awake, half asleep. Oh, the seconds tick, but the fun's on hold. The weight screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. The weight screen's tale is getting old. But just hang tight, don't click away. The show will start, come what may. Staring at the screen, the colors spin. Just a weight screen, where do I begin? This isn't a show, it's just a delay. Still here you are, you decided to stay. It's not a movie, ain't no special guest. Just a weight screen, not the very best. Yet you're glued, anticipation's high for Grim to start, oh my, yes. It's weight screen, we'll be starting late in this digital world that we create for the content we've yet to see. On a weight screen, stuck in reverie. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a weight screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a weight screen, you know the rest. Don't you worry, soon it will commence. Right now you're here at my expense. Just a teaser, a colorful jest. It's a weight screen, you know the rest.
Step right up to the grim dark scene, where miniatures need painting, know what I mean. Brushes dancing, those paints are flying. You might look bad, but we're really trying.
The hardest cut in
It is a
40K
very hard
podcasting.
cut.
Welcome, Holy Hands. We're back. We have stable internet this week. We're not. What was it they called me last week, Dickie? When I was at the LVO hall,
A roving reporter?
robot voice. Having to do it.
Yeah, you had a bit of a robot voice, yeah. But you did show some beautiful armies.
Beautiful armies. We managed to accidentally, on purpose, time it to exactly when GW was doing their army judging contest. So it works out pretty well. And pro tip, if you're listening or if you're taking a call on iPhone Maxes or iPod Maxes, they pick up other people talking to you really well.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So that was a nice surprise.
It was, yeah.
I'm John. I'm alive. I've been missing for about a week now. We did miss Grim on Tuesday as I was dying of influenza and a bronchial infection. So that was fun.
Wow.
Some people go to LVO to win. I go to get horribly sick.
You went hard.
I went hard. 3-3, but that's as hard as some of us can do. But I'm mostly recovered now. We're on our way.
Okay.
And I
Great.
do look forward to our little Saturday night paint streams, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think we were just going to talk about that. Yeah, I'm going to try my best not to sniff the whole time on camera, by the way.
That's great. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, we were talking about that a little before we went on. It's a fun time to make sure I get my stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But you look like you're painting some blue horrors.
Yeah.
I am.
Boop. Hooray! You don't have any. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Those are my Zerkers. But
I know,
I think it's time. I think it's time.
I know for the longest time,
Yeah.
people use like the corn guys from Age of Sigmar.
Age of Sigmar. Yeah.
That was the most common thing. They were cool. Like I really liked that. That was it, the Kogarath or whatever the heck they call it.
Think about they had
Um,
leather boots though. That always threw me off.
Yeah.
The leather boots.
But you don't know what animal that leather came from, though. So
Yeah.
it could be very unfriendly.
It could be, but you know they're leather.
Yes.
So that always threw me off about those guys. But they do look very nice.
Could have cut their feet off, buddy.
No
But that
one's
would
actually
involve
doing that.
a conversion.
No one's actually doing that.
No one's converting things. So yeah, this is actually one second here. There we go. Back in. This is actually Army Improvement post the Las Vegas Open. Had a lot of fun. I was like, I'm gonna take Chaos Knights because they're simple. I actually started to enjoy some of the complexity behind it. Yeah, I'm sure it's not rocket science a lot of the time. But kind of like figuring out that my go turn was usually turn 3 or 4. And I spent the first couple of turns very much just hiding in the background and waiting till I can go. And I got outscored early quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I get attribute at least one of my losses for sure to the fact that I didn't go soon enough. And the other one, another loss I can attribute to going too soon because I saw that I was losing on points. And then the other one was Thousand Suns. So, you know, there's no real nothing I can do against that.
Yeah, Thousand Suns still put out a lot of damage.
That hurt. Like the other games, the other 2 games I lost, I felt like, hey, I could have played this better. I could have done this better. This I could have done.
Mm-hmm.
The Thousand Suns one was the only game where I'm like, man, what could I have done? Because like I cannot figure it out. So one of the things I'm doing in hindsight or in retrospect now is I'm adding some allies to my list.
Uh-huh.
I think knights have a really cool ceiling, and that comes from the fact that like one of my games, like no Melta hits, everything fluffed. My big Lancer like came in, did no wounds, and then died. And like it was really swingy dice, and there's nothing really to mitigate that from just the knight index.
Okay.
So I got these little guys, these little blue horrors in here. This was recommended by a local guy for me a couple months ago, but I'm like, no, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go all Chaos Knight as a really good synergistic unit to go with Chaos Knights. They are like 3 times more expensive than Nurglings, but they do give out a aura of -1 leadership, which then stacks with the -1 to battle shock.
Okay.
So effectively makes people taking battle shock tests against Chaos Knights if they're near them -2, which
That's
actually
really
does
cute,
hurt.
Actually, yeah.
It's a cute little trick. They infiltrate, they deep strike. So they're we're gonna see how they go. If they go really well, I'm gonna probably add a second unit because yeah, it's a lot of the list is like, yeah, there's 5 of everything because I need one of them to go off.
Well, we've kind of seen a lot since LVO. We had Emperor's Children reveals.
Yep.
We also, I guess, what I wanted to bring up is we saw that demons, or Slanesh demons, are going to be involved in the Emperor's Children Codex.
Yeah, let me tell you, as a Death Guard player as well, I have like 12,000 points of Death Guard.
Yeah.
This is my only fully painted army. I'm very excited at the prospect of Nurgle demons being in that book.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
Very thematic, very appropriate.
Makes sense.
It takes like 3 books that have very limited unit choices as it is, and kind of adds a different twist to them. I just
Well,
wonder
so
what the
yeah,
gimmick's
so
going to be.
I think the other important thing is we saw the roadmap, and while Emperor's Children look to be now,
Yep.
we saw that World Eater's Death Guard are going to be, well, like right after.
Yep.
Imperial Knights completely gone off of the roadmap. I thought they were next, but who knows?
Chaos Knights after.
Chaos Knights
That's a Chaos
after.
Knights Shield.
So
The next.
this tells me that demons most likely are not going to get a codex.
No, I think they're going to keep their index though.
Well, they're going to keep their 4 indexes or 5
Yeah.
indexes, I guess.
So you'll still be able to play an entire one, but I don't think they're going to get their own book.
Yeah.
I am okay with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like pure demon players are probably butthurt about it. But if you can still run a similar army in the other codexes, I think that's probably fine, right?
I think the nice thing about it is it separates itself from Age of Sigmar again, and as well,
Yeah.
Because if you look at all of the demons, they're all Age of Sigmar branded. Oh, I missed a mold line. That's okay. You'll just have a shrapnel in your wrist. You ever do that when you're hobbying and you just look down, you're like, oh, I'm going to have to paint over that as a knife wound later.
Yeah. You're going to have a bone crippling injury that that I'm going to have to tell people about when they notice it.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Like, no, you didn't.
No, you
I have my danger corner over here, by the way. It's slightly off the screen, but I have my cup of tea right underneath Dickie's TV. I'm right in front of my water, my pain water.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You live dangerously.
I like to live dangerously in this household.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, Alvio was good. I will say I played into Chaos Space Marines. That was a fortunate game for me, roll wise. And then I played into Necrons, played into Imperial Knights, played into Necrons again. Played into what flavor? It was flavor of Space Marine, I think. A lot of different lists. And yeah, the 2 Necron ones though, where they were both Star Shatter.
How did so you played my a coach of Team Canada?
I did play a coach of Team Canada. He was my very first game.
That is super cool. So how did that game go? Tell me all the juicy goss.
There's not really any juicy goss. He's a great player. He had a great time. He reminded me of a couple of my rules because I'm very bad at memorizing.
Yes. He helped you beat him. That's pretty funny.
He did. He's very Canadian. No, but no, great guy. And just a lot of things didn't go his way. Like when rolling for dice, like rolling for vindicator shots, like 1 + 1. Oh, and they miss. And then here comes a carnivore rolling in with like a 12-inch charge, blows up your thing, and then moves on to the next thing.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of things you can do. I think it was a dice game situation. But also the 2 Predator Annihilators they're good until I can just keep making my invulns.
Yeah.
And then it just gets frustrating. But the nice thing about it, his dice left him, man. But no, my dice were cozied up. But at no point did he get to be a salty little fuck about it. Which, sometimes you would expect. Yeah. When I went back to the table, I was like, "Hey, Dickie says hi." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize he was here." It's like, "Oh, he's not." I think that just confused him further. I laughed. Yeah. You'll be proud of me. Not once this weekend did I say I was on a podcast because it's LVO. I did have a couple people come up and say hi, and I put my hands in my pockets and said, "Hey, thanks." Uh, dude, the amount of con crud I got, yeah. Um, Yeah, so there's a lot of people. There was I was very hungover on Friday morning when I ran into Mr. Adam Camilleri, and he was an absolute champion. Let me have a bite of his bagel. My hands were full, so he literally held it out for me, and I ate it out of his hand like a small lamb. I heard a lot of people left LVO and not in the healthiest manner. A lot of the Washington guys came back with like colds and like, other kind of stuff like that. It was chilly this time. I don't know if it's just because I'm not in Alaska anymore. But I remember going to like LVO and being like shorts and t-shirt, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go and all this other stuff. I thought this time he's come back with like lung infections and throat infections and stuff.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, that was a good time, man.
I got a bit of FOMO. I have to say, I got a bit of FOMO and also PTSD because I looked at the hall and I'm like, oh my god. And actually, I was
Well,
talking to Val and he said he felt the exact same way. When he looked at the hall, he was like, ooh, like.
they had I had to wander around as well. Like the other halls, it was kind of nice that it was all kind of separated, but it was like instead of being like one mega event,
Yeah.
it was like 4 or 5 mega events that were completely separate from each other. And it was still kind of cool, but like walked around kind of the narrative hall looked great.
Yeah.
So there was some cool old world stuff going on. The Age of Sigmar tournament obviously had the best looking models too.
Yeah.
I saw like a couple of unbaited armies in the 4K which like I don't get that.
Not painting your army.
Yeah, like it's LVO, guys. You spend $150 on a ticket. If you're not local to the area, you're spending about $500-600 in a hotel using Frontline's wonderful access code. Love that company. And then yeah, you just show up with your unpainted Necrons.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna tell him how to enjoy his hobby.
some people just don't care. That's what I've established. Just not. It's not a big deal to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't meet a lot of people who were like tournament virgins though. Usually I get like a lot of people who are like, this is my first ever event, or I don't really put it in. And there was this, it was a good group of guys. And like this is like the first year where the mix I've played at the event has been like all cool guys. Well, no, all cool, but what I mean, they're not like showing up and being like, I'm gonna win this entire goddamn thing. It's like your friend round one, man. Like when he lost, he wasn't like, God damn it, you've ruined my entire weekend. There goes like my entire chances.
Yeah.
Like everyone just has seemed to grow chill with it. Like I still think now, and this kind of reiterates what I was saying. Like LVO is a casual event. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Dickie, they had so many stream tables.
How many stream tables did you count?
There was like 6 or 7. Like GW had 2 up on the stage.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, I don't think they took down their own stream tables.
What?
I know. And
you should have let them know that they have to.
It's like, I was pretty gone by that point. I think.
Said, Brent just called. He wants those street tables down.
And then War Games Live was there, and then there was the Canadian streamers as well.
I those guys.
Yeah.
John. Yeah. No, those guys are great.
I think every one of them was running like multiple tables.
Well, you gotta have the table for content, bro.
And Joe has turned this into like a freaking art. Like he has a spreadsheet of like people's ability at 40K.
Really?
Apparently, the rumor is he has a spreadsheet of people's like ELO scores or kind of like that, who for the entire champs, right?
Wow.
And then what they do is when the rounds get paired, they look down the ELO and see which matches have the closest people.
That's interesting.
So rather than just, Nanavati's playing, let's pull him. He might be playing me, and that game's going to be like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
They look for people who are similarly skilled, so the game should go to time or close.
Huh.
Which I think is like, man, that's genius.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't always pan out, I would imagine.
Oh no, yeah.
But
there's like a couple of issues. Oh, and can I just say, I hate Imperial Knights.
Imperial. Well, GW hates them too because apparently they were coming out and now they're not anymore.
Their shit's just so much cooler than
Why?
Chaos
It's
Knights
not
for just
cooler.
no particular reason.
But you can have like an army of little knights. They can't really do that, can they?
Oh yeah, but no, it's fine because when this guy doesn't move, everything is sustained, which I have to spend a CP on. And when this guy there's all this kind of stuff, and then I'm going to give him this ability, and I killed your warlord, so now I get like all of this extra CP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Their little baby executioner or their autocannon knights. I'm just going to call them executioners.
Okay.
Are just far better. It's nice seeing an army of big guys with an actual good army ability. Because a lot of the time, Doom and Despair did not really do great things for me.
Well, now that you have your blue horse. Sorry,
Yeah.
Robert. So Robert said that's a lot of Tron-Rons.
Please, is this a reference I don't understand?
I don't know. But it was on when you were painting your blue horse. Maybe they're called Tron-Rons in some circles? I don't know. I've never
If
heard
you
of
can,
anything called
Robert, you
Tron-Rons.
have to understand. I've had like over 100-degree fever all week. I broke a couple of days ago. I'm on heavy antiviral antibiotics. I need a little helping hand tonight.
You gotta help him find his Tron-Rons.
Help me. And Tron-Rons sounds like a delicious candy bar, though.
It does, actually. What would Tron-Ron taste like?
Tron-Ron, I would feel would have dark caramel,
Oh.
salt, and an electric berry.
Oh no.
Oh no, it'd be like an electric berry because Tron. So it'd be like.
Would it be the blue?
Yeah. So it would be like a chocolate bar with maybe like a blueberry line down the middle.
Oh.
But it would be like sour, so it'd be like electric blueberry. And it's like pick your side, and then you'd have like the orange one
yeah,
for
the orange and red and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm very excited for Neutron.
There's Neutron?
There's a Neutron coming out next year. I'm not excited that it's Jared Leto, but that's okay.
You don't like the Leto?
Well, I mean, he's a method actor, so he has spent the past 4 years living inside an Apple Macintosh.
He's very method. What did he do
Very
with Joker? That's interesting.
It wasn't terrible, I guess. I just wish they did more with Morpheus or Morbius.
You wish they did more?
Oh yeah. I never got to see
you're joshing me.
I would pay good money to see a Sony Spider-Verse team-up movie with Madam Web and Morbius and the Birdman. Oh, sorry, the Vulture and Venom.
Vulture. Well, you're mixing. Oh,
no, because Vulture.
John was talking about playing against.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you again. Man is very slow. It was fun playing as Necrons because they were both Star Shatters. So the first one it came up across. Oh, great! Here we go. And I learned the gimmick was just so he just wants me to shoot everything at the Silent King. Okay. So I just stopped doing that.
You didn't give him what he wanted.
Yeah, and so I just kept scoring points. And then my favorite part was we were in the as happens with most of my games, my giant lancer is in the center of the table.
Yeah.
He's got like 5 wounds left, but he's making 4 up involves like a champ. And around him, there's like his Transcendent Catan, who had like 2 wounds left. Then there's like 3 heavy destroyer individual units around him, plinking fire at him. There's 2 regular destroyer units like plinking fire at him. There's his Kineptic Spider, like plinking fire, all just trying to kill this guy. I'm like, okay. And so he eventually dies because, weighted dice and all that other fun stuff. So my big lancer goes, I'm like, well, let's see if he blows up. Let me tell you.
Oh, baby.
I got something for this. Yeah. It's an explosion. He blew up.
Yeah.
The resulting explosion killed 8 of my opponent's units.
Wow.
Because it's D6 plus 2 mortals. And he surrounded him with like a bunch of individual units of destroyers and his low wound Catan. So That was quite demoralizing for him, but very funny for me.
You know what? He's a Necron player. He kind of deserves it.
That's fair. It's fair. I do play Necrons too. But yeah, so and then that one, I don't think that was so. After that, I was like, okay, Star Shatter doesn't. And I remember messaging me, like, it was whelming. Like I was really scared of it. Just kill the barge and do that other kind of stuff. And then I ran into like a slightly different composition where the guy smartly just hid and then popped out and then shot and then was like out of range of everything and I died.
Yeah.
Ironically, the second guy I played had a very similar color scheme to me for my Necrons.
Oh.
So it just made it worse because it felt like I was losing to my own guys.
You were killing yourself.
Killing myself.
Hello, Seth.
What's up, Seth?
We are painting and building Corn Berserkers because I've decided it's finally time.
Yeah. You've only had a World Eaters army for how many years now?
World Eaters army forever.
Is he excited for his new book?
Yeah.
And I am doing blue horrors because I need to score in the first couple of rounds. Or rounds. Turns. Probably rounds too, but yeah.
Rounds and turns.
Rounds and turns. Be an option at least. Like that's the hardest part, man. With my Chaos Knight weekend, was just hanging back behind a ruin. I mean, like, do I go now? Do I go now? Do I go now? And then like looking at the score and being like, shit, I got to go now. I don't want to be told that. I want to tell someone when I go, no, I have to go now.
Okay, fair enough.
These beautiful blue boys, I'm hopefully going to do that. Oh, they're so easy. I painted like so many pink horrors back in the day. I think I even like tossed one up in Alaska when we moved down. Yeah. And it's just, I love painting Chaos Demons now with contrast. It just makes it so simple.
Actually, they're super easy, aren't they, these days?
Yeah. They have like just enough bumps to bring everything out.
The bumps.
Yeah. Seth, you did remember when that World Eater army showed up at your house? Because communist companies wouldn't send things over the border.
Oh, yeah, man, that was funny. That was super aggravating, though, officially.
But what have you been up to this week, Dickie?
Oh, man. Lots of work, like real life work. Doing that stuff. Obviously, with no show, it like leaves me full of time. Time.
Yeah.
I made sure that there was a whole hey Aaron, how's it going?
What's up, folks? Seth, are you in here twice? Oh, thank you, buddy, for the algorithm.
Thanks for the algorithm.
Seth, would you like to just come on and paint with us? You can come on and paint with us.
Just paint. I was gonna do so obviously we did the show on Saturday, which was great, but no.
Once we got it down. Yeah.
Once the internet figured itself out, I thought it was a great show. I was gonna edit that, but then I just forgot, and I was like,
yeah, it's not like I gave you an extra 2 hours of time on Tuesday, Dickie. Come on now. Manny D in here saying, love that. I just did 50 Poxwalkers a few days ago, and yeah, contrast speed paints help so much. Buddy, let me tell you, back in the day when Poxwalkers were really broken, some of us painted 120 of them, and never want to see another Poxwalker put on sprue again. I have so many Poxwalkers now. Because it was the cool thing back in the days. They just absorbed anything that died near to them, and then they became a bigger unit. So you had this large, unwieldy ball of like 60 of them. Ooh. Well, to quote a great man, I blew myself. All my horrors are blue now.
Oh, well done. I was expecting you to say something else, but
no, because I used we're trying Azerman blue in celebration of Eldari Saturday.
Yes. Have you dug into those rules or what?
God, I can't wait to get frustrated at getting beat by that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna beat my butt a whole bunch.
It's got to figure out how to get past it, but it does so many things really well, but there does seem to be weaknesses somewhere, you know what I mean? So
Well, I think they're still expensive, so in theory, you can outtrade them. But they're really, if you look at the rules, they're really not like they can create a non-interactable army pretty easily.
yeah,
So that is a worry that I have.
we'll
Um,
see. I know
what?
Danny's really excited.
Yes, yes.
See, Mandy, I just got them because she won a Death Guard army. Trying to get it finished for the end of the month. And when we say army, do you mean like the combat patrol, like a whole ass army? Because man, good job starting with the Poxwalkers because there are some really cool, like Death Guard are some of my favorite models out there.
Yeah, we were talking before we had all the viewers.
You get our good banter out of the way
All
early.
the couple of yeah, we only banter when no one's watching. So
Yeah, yeah. So
we were saying that it looks like demons will be in the specific chaos codexes. So, or that's what it looks like anyway. So you can not only can you build Death Guard, but you can build a whole Nurgle army now.
hopefully, I'm really hopeful. Because like it just fits thematically so well.
Yeah.
Um, Death Buddy. This rampant accelerate, like you're gonna make me realize I've never seen you and Dickie in the same place.
Seth tries harder to get us viewers than we try.
Than we ever do. Yeah. So Tuesday, we'll probably be bringing back mob rules as a segment on Grim, and
Yeah.
do some positive. We had some great topics I think that we put into the thing of ideas things we want to do. Maybe like I said, focus a little bit more on the positive out there because I had a really good time, and it's just sad shitting on the community now because I don't know. It's just it's the same stuff out there. It's the same chud lords,
Yeah.
and after doing it for 3 years, like I don't want to give it a spotlight anymore.
Yeah.
So let's see. Well, what do we have wound up here? Some good AR. Man, he's got like full 2K, finish Mortarian, Plague Burst Blightholler, and the drone today.
Nice. That's a
Some good ones there. Man, that Plague Burst Crawler is super cool. Those are Blightholler actually. Got a ton of characters in Smiler. Of course, you have a ton of characters. It's a Death Guard army. Anytime a new release comes for Death Guard, it's literally just characters.
Oh, well, and you're getting a brand new one too soon.
You are getting a brand new one too. Okay, so this is what I have listed here. So let me do it says. So we have how to play a campaign and have it be cool is an idea
That's cool.
we have done. How to be a good opponent.
How to be a good opponent?
Mm-hmm.
Just not being a shithead? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but in a more positive language. I have podcasts, past, present, and future, the evolution of Warhammer content.
Okay.
That one might take a little bit of time for me to get together and research.
Okay.
But it's still a good one. We have how to build an army list.
Oh. Like a competitive or just for funsies?
Just how to do it. Because
It's easier these days, but yes.
a lot easier these days. But yeah, a few of the lists I came up against, I was like missing this and this. And then my buddy Tim, when we were talking about the Lancer, the Knight Lancer,
Yeah.
it was like, well, it's just a one phase turn kind of unit. And like, God, I hate that that's a true thing. But yeah, that is a true thing. So yeah, like different things like that. That's something where I was pondering. I just threw a bunch of ideas down here, see what was going to stick. Supporting new players. Yeah. Yeah. Creating our own Space Marine chapter. It can get pretty silly though. Yeah, that's not a serial one. Designing narrative missions. I haven't. My 5-year-old is starting to get really interested in what I do. So, like when I went to the store today to pick these up, he picked up Age of Sigmar Spearhead. And I was really tempted to buy 2 spearheads today and just kind of have 2 of the spearheads painted up and be like, okay, kid, let's try them this. And especially because I don't have any OS. Which better way to get a game system I'm not going to particularly care about than for like blow off games with my kid?
You know what spearhead I got that I felt really happy about? The
What's that?
giant one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just 3 giants.
Gosh, I wish there was Combat Patrol Imperial Knights like that, right?
Right? I was like, yeah. You've lost Dickie's audio.
We've lost Dickie's audio.
Impossible.
Or maybe just after all these years, Seth has finally tuned
Yeah,
Dickie
you
in.
tuned me out. Great. Thanks, Seth. That's funny stuff.
Have we actually lost Dickie's audio? You back in?
No, my levels are fine. So
That was fine?
Yeah.
Or Seth, are you complaining that it's just me talking?
well, no one wants to hear just you talking to yourself.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So we had designing how to balance gaming with adulting.
That is so hard. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
You know what I was thinking I'm going to start doing? Is I'm going to start taking my kid to events. Because Saturdays I have the kid pretty much all day.
You're gonna take
And
the kid to events. Interesting.
he's showing interest, so he can kind of be at the table a little off to the side. That'll control some of my louder swearing. And then also, like I said, well, I mean, I still have the emergency backup iPad, of course. I'm not
You're not a
dumb.
monster.
And then when my wife would get off like 5 or whatever, yeah, she can come get him and I can have one free round. But like that's something I consider is like, because that's a way at least of going and participating, because otherwise, yeah, it's like balancing those two is really hard.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's like so important to have like a really good relationship with your spouse to work that stuff out.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that, it gets dicey, buddy.
Oh, you've been telling me. I'm kidding. Yeah. Imperial Armor retrospectives.
Oh, that was so good. Those books.
Because those books were amazing. I have a lot of the black books for Heresy. I've had all the black books for Heresy. And a bunch of the Imperial Armor. So kind of going through those. I'm just kind of looking through those guys. Once I get the top down cam all figured out.
Yeah.
Because lighting books is a bitch.
Yeah, I remember we were struggling with that. Hello, Hans. Hello, Ryan.
Oh, there you go. Hello, Hands. Yeah. Well, we're only Hands. It's our Saturdays.
Yep.
We take it off. We're considering the merch being like a merch piece of just a pink cup with the Only Hands logo, but on the bottom of the cup. As that's the only place you should be able to see it. Oh, display boards. Why make your own?
I'm probably awful at that. Hey, Paul, yeah. I'm glad. What are you painting, Paul? What's on the old paint desk?
Yeah. Tell us what you're painting. This doesn't work if it's just me and Dickie talking. We get distracted and talk too much shop.
Ryan said I got my Elder Codex pre-ordered today.
Woo! What was your total spend? Because that was a lot of new Eldari coming out today.
A lot of new stuff.
Tell you the Games Workshop I went to locally here was jam packed when they opened this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those goddamn Eldar.
Goddamn Eldar. That poor single store operator.
Johan, we have he's popping in. He's working on some old world stuff. 6th edition Empire State Troopers.
Somewhere nearby, Val has an erection.
Yeah, he's gonna just jump in here and start
Yeah,
talking.
someone said Aldorf.
Yeah, where's Danny?
And my kid picked up the Blood Bowl box today, and he's like, "Oh, is this a good game?" I'm like, "Sort of."
I love Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl was my first GW game.
I love the silliness. I
It's
hate
so good.
intricately over 2 to 3 turns setting up the play,
Yeah,
only
and
to
then it
immediately
falling
roll.
directly apart. Yeah,
Yeah, it falls directly apart on a single dice roll.
yeah, that's the
Nothing
magic
makes
of
me
it.
sadder.
He did 100. So Ryan said he did 160. Did the Codex Adraman, uh, link size.
Lucas, the
Oh,
warp
that's the
spider.
new
Yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah.
Apparently,
That
she's
one
quite
looks
good.
dope. Oh, she's gonna be real good too.
And he's holding out a bit. He may get 3 times the new combat patrol. Nice.
What is the new combat patrol for that? I've been out of the loop for that.
Oh, is it? Oh, I would imagine it's new models. Sounds like.
That new Azerman is great. I made fun of how for the updated like Eldari they showed, it was just exactly the same except they put it in a Xerox machine and said 25% bigger. But man, they look really good.
Nice.
Dire Avengers look like they're going to be freaking nasty.
Yes, they're going to be really. You know what? Everything in that army has the capability of being brutal. So
What was that? I read somewhere today about like an Overwatch combo you can do to auto hit with Dire Avengers and
well, they don't auto hit. They do hit on 4s though.
right, but you can spend some tokens or something to add like all of this stuff to them. And I was just like, well, why would I charge those with a Chaos Knight then? And I'm like, why am I thinking that? These are toughness 3 bodies, or 4 bodies, you know, it's
Yeah, I mean they're only strength 4, so they're gonna have trouble getting through like a knight chassis. But
one would hope. Paul's trying to paint Thousand Suns. Just brings back awful memories of last week. That's okay.
Thousand Suns getting a book, man. That is also going to be an interesting book, right?
Yeah, that's going to be great. He's trying to do a messy scheme and make it look intentional for ease and swiftness of painting. Brother, the best tip I can give you is expensive, but base coat them all gold, and then just paint the trim on top of the gold, and then that way you don't have to worry about doing trim. Or say a Warp Storm Master Armor. And then Johan is saying Space Marine Epic 2nd Edition was his first GW game.
Wow.
Mine was what was the Warhammer Fantasy with the Bretonian and the Lizardman?
That was 6th.
So yeah, that was my first one. And then after that, I moved on to 2nd Edition Warhammer. Or no, I was at 2nd Edition Warhammer first. Yeah,
that could have been 5th.
2nd Edition Warhammer. I had my little demo game. I bought the box for Christmas, and it was like the cool like push fit Ultramarines, and you know, I wish I kept the cardboard Dreadnought.
Yeah, so Mandy's saying the speed paint metallic gold. Mandy, you were 100% right. That speed paint gold is unbelievable. I think it's the Hoplite gold is the one I use. Man, it's so good.
Here we go. Seth saying Jack and Quinton said in the Art of War stream that 10 Fire Dragons with Wagon can pick up 3 Dorn Tag Commanders in average. Yeah. Notice though, Seth didn't specify over what time period. If that was one game,
is it one
several
game?
games.
Is it a turn? Is it half a turn? No one knows.
Is it the entirety of a GT? They look very good. Oh, I have loved seeing the things on Reddit, by the way, of people complaining about cheaters on stream at LVO.
Oh, yeah.
And someone listed like
slight drama there, yeah.
A minute by minute description of Jack Harpster cheating during terrain setup, during deployment.
During terrain setup.
Yeah. So he's doing this, and they're like, and he moved it here so that opponent intentionally couldn't get through. It was like, or where the terrain rules?
It wasn't player place. It was.
Well, like, but the thing is, like, a lot of the tables weren't set up. So you had to go in and reset and move stuff around. So he was measuring and putting it there and doing all this stuff. It's like, yeah, he intentionally did that. And I'm like, you think, man, whose entire income relies on being seen as a positive force in 40K, is going to be like, you know what? win this Las Vegas Open again. Let's not even worry about money after that. This $2,000 check or whatever it is now. It's got me for years.
I did talk to the winner playing Death Watch. Very
Yeah, dude,
shocked.
that was crazy.
But I did talk to Mark Hartel, and it was really interesting. He took my ball. I was rooting for Riven, so Scary. He's my local Canadian guy. I love him to death.
He
So
did phenomenally as
he
well,
did
though.
so good, and the only problem with that event is that you have to play Purge multiple times with Dark Eldar. So I was like, oh god. No, but he did really well, but he met the winner of the event probably in the semifinals, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know, and it's funny because people are like, "Oh, Death Watch is going to be nerfed now. Just you watch." And I'm like, "No, it's probably not."
I don't think
This guy was winning with Death Watch before they nerfed it a bunch. It's really this LVO showed me a lot about the rise of like the faction specialist, right?
Yeah.
Like not bouncing or just going for whatever is more powerful at the minute. Like Ridvan or Skari, he spent his whole time pretty much playing Dark Eldar, and he's really knows them in and out.
Really good with them. Yeah.
Paul Winters, he had an unfortunate day too, but there's sometimes if you can't make a save, then it doesn't matter how many years you play. But like focusing on just the one faction is super beneficial for him, knowing that inside out.
Yeah, I think it's like I've tried. I don't want to army hop, so I've been trying to stay towards like Chaos Space Marines, World Eaters kind of world, and hopefully Emperor's Children come out and they're good. And so I'm excited to kind of expand my army collection, but kind of stay in the realm of CSM, because they do kind of piggy, like rhinos are rhinos, right? So they kind of piggyback stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, that's why I was going to go like, this was my Blood Angels year. So I still have them over in my little messy corner here, but at the same time, I took a really bad Chaos Knights list to a GT in December. Did bad with it. I was like, wow, Chaos Knights are dumb. I'm not going to do them again. And then saw how close LVO was. And I'm like, damn, guess I'm doing Chaos Knights again.
Chaos Knights.
But then when I took like not a bad Chaos Knight list, I had a lot of fun with them. And so that's had me go like, yeah, I'm just going to add this unit. And then we're going to see like where we go from there. Yeah. And like, I think that's the secret sauce I'm going to try this year. Is like, I started this year with this was a list I started with. Let's just make minor tweaks along the way. Where we go.
All Blood Angels need to be converted mustaches. Oh. Okay. Why mustaches?
Yeah. For the rides.
Oh, mustache.
A second, I'm gonna stand up here and headbutt my camera. What? Yeah, thank you. Gotta shine a light up here and grab a different paint from the upstairs. Oh, I can't hear you up here. Oh. Bam.
Did you fix it? Like, you kind of fixed it. Look at you losing a wet palette too.
Well, because I got yelled at week 1 and got bullied by people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used a wet palette. Oh,
you can see your crotch. Nice.
Yeah, like what happened there? What did happen there?
I don't know.
All the way out.
So Ryan's saying always root for Scary. He's a gem in the community. Oh, he's so nice. Like he is. Like I've traveled to events with Scary for years now, and honestly, he is not putting a show on. He is that. He's literally that person. He's just really nice. He always take time to chat with you. Even when we want to go to dinner, and he's still chatting with people. But no, he's a great guy.
Problem.
What is going on over there?
Can't tell you. Involved feet.
Oh.
No, yeah. Whew. No, the wheel of my chair got stuck underneath my chair mat. No, I had to go grab my Camber Crimson. I can finish these.
Crimson.
I can finish these. hell brimstones, little brim
So what do you
dudes.
think they're gonna do with Chaos Knights? And now that the demons are gonna be in separate armies, do you think they're going to like limit them, or do you think they're just you have to pick a god to support? Like, what do you think they're gonna do there?
I don't know.
That's
Here's
weird.
another interesting question. Vashtor.
Vashtor.
What do you do with Vashtor? Does he go in the Chaos Knight book?
Well, I mean, he is in a detachment in the CSM book, so I would imagine he just stays there, right?
I imagine it's similar to what it is now with Chaos Knights of still being able to take allies. Or detachments similar to kind of like maybe a Hell Forged one where you can take demon allies.
Yeah.
Much like, you know, you can sacrifice the cultists for one.
Yeah.
You can just sort of sacrifice your demon allies for another instead.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's going to be like I said, what they're doing this year is interesting with Chaos.
Yeah, it is really interesting.
Find out.
It's I would say this could be the year of chaos, no?
Could be. Yeah. This is true.
It seems to be
3
getting less. Remember when they were like, "Oh, soup is bad. We're not cool with soup." They kind of like relinquished that a bit, didn't they?
We're going back to soup a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it because I have some gaps
Soup
that I
is
need filled in my
fun.
army.
Yeah. I'm okay with soup.
A little fire guys. Look at that.
Oh, look at those guys.
That is 2 colors.
Vashtor can join the upcoming super secret Iron Warriors Codex. What? Interesting.
No one wants an Iron Warriors Codex.
I heard a rumor that Logar was coming, like sooner
No
than
one
later.
wants Logar.
Everyone wants Logar. He's like the most wanted Primarch. I know Danny wants him.
That's to be fair though. You can say that with the majority of Chaos Primarchs with Danny though.
Oh, he likes the Primarchs. He's down with Primarchs.
He's down with down with Primarchs. Very different brush now. But oh, man, I think Loyalist Primarch has to come back soon.
I was gonna say, but looking at the codexes, the next codex, I think it looked like it was Salamanders.
Salamanders, yep.
And then Grey Knights, right?
Yep.
Really interesting.
I do hope Grey Knights get a range refresh.
Well, I did hear a rumor that they are not getting one this year, but they're going to get one at the start of 11th edition, which actually isn't that far away, to be totally honest.
No. Little fire guys.
Mispronouncing Logar, or is it that as a Canadian accent? Probably mispronouncing it, but I'll blame Canada.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, pro tip, by the way, for not confusing your tea and your paint water is have your tea in a much larger mug.
That'll do it, yeah.
So you accidentally just stab the side of it instead of into the top of it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't buy a bunch of vendor crap at LVO this year.
No? Was there any good stuff to buy?
I was like, oh, I got like the Chaos Knight objective markers.
Oh, you spent the big bucks. Those are like...
I did.
Those are big money.
I got the GW event kit for 2024, and it's just some reason a bunch of 6-inch measuring sticks.
Oh yes, Black Templars are that was a Black Templar axe. I did notice
Yes.
that. So yeah.
But it had a cool little measuring tool. Yeah, so it's like the year of the Marine, right? Pretty much.
It's basically a Marine of some flavor, I guess.
Yeah. For the rest of the year, all Marines all the time.
Is it kind of sad? I think it's kind of sad, isn't it, that you kind of know what everything's gonna be for the year.
A little bit, but at the same time,
you surprised.
Exactly. And you have to imagine they're doing it because for years people are like, when's my stuff coming? Oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Warhammer community or Facebook comments of just like, hey, look at this cool new orc model for Age of Sigmar. Where are my Black Templar
But I
models?
wonder if that's the whole kill team dynamic though, that you kind of get stuff for your army. Like they're pretty quick. I mean, if you can
Yeah.
access them, like GW, I'm still bloody well waiting um for Nemesis Claw to be sold somewhere. So
Oh, I can keep an eye out. I think there was some in my local G.
what?
I'll keep an eye out.
If yeah, please find them.
Hey, dude, I got you.
So I did want to ask. So people don't know because we don't stream all the time. But I bought John a set of cards.
Oh, yeah.
How
Yeah.
was playing Warhammer the right way? How did you like it?
So much easier.
So
I
much
felt
easier, isn't
so
it?
much more confident in my moves and everything. Like my opponents were like, well, I'm just going to use the app, like go right on ahead. But like my issue with the app was like, it doesn't give you all the information
Yeah.
for each of the secondaries and stuff. I did miss it still didn't have sort of like the mission thing. So I did have to be like a doofus and be like, what's swift actions? But everyone was like cool about that. And tabletop battle app. I didn't know they had those like cringe but cool Art of War promos in there telling you what
Yeah.
each
Oh,
mission
they're
was.
so cringy.
But it did help because I'm like, okay, cool. And that's another thing that made me be like, okay, then I really like Chaos Knights now. Because there's like the one mission where, you know, if you're battle line, you can shoot or fight and still do an action. Like, oh, cool. And then your opponent's like, what's battle line in your army? I'm like, everything but the big guy. The cards were super cool.
Good.
The sleeves, though, I talked to Jeremy about this, Jeremy Atkins from Stat, because he sent Dickie also sent a box of sleeves that were branded Stat Check. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But yeah, they weren't too bad to do. I was like, why were they physically impossible to get into the first time?
I don't know. Was it vacuum sealed?
It's because of the foam inside of them to stop them being crushed during shipping.
Oh,
It makes it so airtight that it took me a long time to get that off there.
well, user error, no problem.
Oh, he said it was a production error, but yeah,
Oh.
that was super fun. It was nice playing with, like I said, actual cards, and it gives such a better tactile, supply.
So Seth, I want a set or 2 sets of that Nemesis Claw. So if you could kill that guy and send those to me, that would be great.
Or just buy them off him.
Or buy them off him. Yeah, whatever. I know it's you, Seth, so I know that your proclivity
Rolling in
to
that bird
weird
money.
murder. And Mandy, the big knight, you can shoot and do actions anyway. I run Imperial Knights, 3 big and 2 small.
Oh, Mandy, where were you when I've been playing that wrong for months? But I did remember a lot more of my rules last weekend, which was very nice.
That's very important. And then Robert says Pariah Nexus cards in the wild. I still haven't seen them. Well, yeah. They're kind of Pariah Nexus cards. They're adjacent.
They're the same size as Pariah Nexus cards.
Yeah. And if you don't open the sleeve, you'll never know.
Oh, you probably know. You
probably know.
The front, yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
If I can't find them and buy them, what's the point?
He's gonna look at them and be like, make more.
Yeah, I really do. I really enjoy the cards. I find the card just more like I even tell my opponents man, here's a set, like let's do this the right way.
I did that, and they were like, no, I'm just gonna use that. I'm like, okay, so
people are so weird about that.
So then all I did was I made sure that I was pulling when they tell me, okay, I've got this mission, I pulled that from the deck. So I could read it and have a good understanding of what they were trying to do.
Yeah. No one's pulling one over on you, John.
No. Andy, which big knights are you running? 3 big knights, 3 small ones? Where are your big knights? Please don't say Canis Rex.
Gotta have a Lancer and Canis Rex, right?
Because I came up against 3. What was it? The 3 big knights. It was Canis Rex. It was one with a melta cannon and a Gatling gun that just fired me to death. Yeah. And then forget the other. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully GW, like, when is the next mission pack even due?
Summer? summer, right? I usually they change it like right before we leave to to WTC,
Yeah,
which
I
is
did enjoy them
also
changing all of the rules the weekend or before, or the day before
I hate
LVO.
it actually. It changes literally everything.
Yep. It then makes LVO completely useless results wise.
Yeah, it does that. Yeah.
As your little builded
I'm
boys.
really slow at building. And I don't know whether it's because I'm talking or because I'm just legitimately really slow at building. I'm working on my third berserker.
I love painting brimstone horrors.
Oh my god, one and done, bud.
But we just we painted them yellow.
Yeah,
We're washing them red,
yeah.
and we're calling them done.
Yeah, seriously, who cares, right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
May even be fancy. Add a little black wash to the top of it.
Ooh.
Some smoldery.
Oh, baby.
These are the romantics.
The romantic horse.
You can't believe they give you 10 on the off chance I roll a 4 plus 10 times before anything else dies.
Yeah. They're a really funny unit because you can like after someone shoots at them, you get to bring some guys back. I guess you won't have the res mechanic though, right? Because you're
No, what I get to do with them is essentially when a blue horror dies, I roll a dice, and the 4 plus, I replace the dead blue horror with
yeah, at
a.
the end of the activation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, fingers crossed. I can do weird movements jank and weird move blocking.
Weird. Just a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, no res. Because I think that's their detachment rule, right?
Yeah, that's the detachment rule.
I just need them to do actions and to stop me from being tempted to charge out early.
Yeah, actually, I've been struggling with World Eaters. Actually, um the big problem I'm having is infiltrators
Hmm.
because I can't scout because they block my scout. So I've been really battling with kind of the correct process or correct way to deal with that.
Yeah.
And it actually comes down to when you're setting up your army. If you ask them the normal questions that you ask them, hey, do you have any infiltrators? Knowing exactly what he's gonna bloody well do is he's gonna block me out. What I should do then is when I identify that he does, I need to split my units a bit in order to have like little trade units to be able to
Yeah.
deal with them, and then I don't give up full chunky units.
At least not right away.
Yeah, game is so in depth sometimes. I tell you,
It's crazy, right?
yeah. There's just so many
The amount of
interactions.
thinking I had to do for a brainless list was no fun.
Well, even a brainless list you need to work some kind of tactics out.
Right. All right, we need the ASMR. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not working. I got old.
1 second. How do people? Do people just sit and build? Like it would take me so long. Like at the moment, 10 berserkers feels unachievable.
It's worse when it's contrast, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, building it takes a while. Like there was times when I would build parties were something we did.
Build parties.
Yeah. This is pretty similar to be honest, but
Huh?
essentially, like you and your buddies would come and get together, and you would all just build and hang out, and you were like that kind of accountability for each other. Yeah, dude, all about accountability buddies. Oh, whenever I do that, I lose them all immediately. Man, so what we need to do is we need to set up a production line where we need someone whose favorite thing is building, someone whose favorite thing is painting. Yeah, we need an edge guy. Yeah, yep. I used to stress about it and be like, oh, I don't want to, make the bad version. Um, and then I just sort of uh, got over it, and I was like, well, it looks cool. Or I build like, what's the minimum unit need, and what's the basic requirement, and go from there. Like for my sanguinary guard, I built all the banners because banners are cool. And then I read the rules, like, oh, banners are cool. Like, then you just be like, this isn't a banner. These guys all have this weapon. Banners are cool, and people will be like, oh, okay. Oh, ours aren't Canadian. Okay. Um, yeah, if someone was to be a dick and be like, oh man, so you modeled that sanguinary guard with that banner, he has to have that banner. Be like, well, it seems like you're kind of a dick, buddy. I guess you know what kind of game you're going to have at that point, right? Yeah, it is a fun way to push through it because, like, you just almost like a D&D night, right? Where like you all gather up in someone's dining room, surround the table, yeah, like a movie or something going on in the background. You order pizza or whatever, and you just kind of hang out and BS and paint. And the best time to do is like if you have a group, like an LVO is a great example of this. Like if you have a group going to a tournament together, like you all got stuff. You got stabbed by a chaos thing. You all have groups that's this little tentacle head stabbed me. Um, Just yeah, you can all work towards a common goal. Be like, hey, we have to be ready for this tourney. Let's go. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Okay, so friend painted Magnus for me. Painted, built, and painted Magnus for me.
he really painted it.
Wow, he painted it twice. He's a much better painter than I am, but I'm at least trying to return the favor by magnetizing a Baneblade kit for him.
Oh, dude, that's solid because here's the thing: magnetizing that kit can take as long as painting that kit.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who has 16 magnetized war dogs, that was a pain in the ass, and that was an easy magnetization.
Oh, I can't believe you did it.
I know. I wasn't going to. I was just going to solo do it, which I'm glad I didn't because then I could only take 6 carnivores. Um, but I'm really glad I did. Because like I can just be like, okay, I have like these chassis.
Yeah.
Like what guns am I putting on them? And I'm glad I don't have to ever paint another war dog.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I originally tried to do that, and then it just got so tedious. I was like, "Fuck, I'll just buy more."
Yeah, and that was a tedious thing. And I was like, cool, but like I said, after like painting, because all my Chaos Knights are painted. And as I said, so I have 14 war dogs. And I'm just like, nah, I don't want to paint another one. By the time I was done, I'm like, I'm so glad I magnetized because I was about to scream if you showed me another war dog. What happens when you leave your paper towel in the kitchen? We're good. We're just gonna. Your skin becomes a paper towel.
Your skin becomes a paper towel.
Yeah. A fresh little dry brush. And then after this, the blue is done. We just have to do the silly little details.
Like the little gold details, yeah.
Yeah. This really pops out, like even on the pinks. Just because these guys are here to be cannon fodder doesn't mean they can't look good doing it.
Oh man, I
Nope.
just thought about World Eaters get Jugger, like the
The Lord Invocatus. It's going to be dope there, right? With the Juggerlord and the ride, like the heavy metal ride of all the Juggernaut men.
I wonder how they. I wonder if they're gonna like really like blend them into the army that you can like they are affected by rules and things like that.
Yeah.
Or if they get like a separate rule. Man, it's so interesting how they're. I'm really interested. The Emperor's Children book is really gonna tell us a lot about how they're gonna.
Oh, for sure. Right. Cover for me for a second. I gotta grab a paper towel.
Okay.
What a great time to come back. I just heard you yell, damn it. Rui 2D arm. Oh. Yeah. At with my dev company. You mean the pistol phase? Oh, how dare I? It's just a surprise you had one. It's like the Tau fight phase. You're like, no one kill that man. He is mine.
No one kill that man.
You're like, we will shoot him to death.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird, Mandy. I am talking. Hello, hello, hello. I just did get a warning from the YouTube saying audio stream bitrate is lower for some reason.
Oh.
But I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
Maybe.
Mayhaps. Maybe I was just so scared that you left me alone. I turned off my mic and I didn't want to go back.
Quite possibly.
People scare me. So Eldar. So let's talk about Eldar. So I heard some interesting Eldar things today. Like we talked about fire dragons. We talked about Dire Avengers being really cool, that they can Overwatch on 4s, which is pretty interesting. But apparently the character, if you put the character with them, the brand new one, they can also get back into a vehicle after they shoot.
Fantastic.
So super interactable. So happy that that's a rule. And apparently you can do that twice if you take the Warhost or the Index, I guess, detachment. That is much changed from what it was.
I hope they're just like, no, I'm not. That's very silly. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, they always screw Eldar up. Like always screw Eldar up.
Like they're either far too good
or non-existent. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no in between.
I am partial to Harlequins.
Yes.
I think they're super cool. And reading the detachment today, I'm actually kind of thinking, oh, that's the only elf I think I would actually try is the Harlequin version.
What was it I read that if you take the Incarn,
yeah,
you can't take any other Eldar hero that isn't a Inari hero?
Yes, that is the stipulation.
Has that been around for a while? I haven't played Eldari in a while.
So from what it looks, they've changed the way Yanari's kind of build. So back in the day, you can take the cat lady. I called her the
Yep.
cat lady, and you can put her with some Harlequin troops.
Mhm.
Super interesting because she can actually res the Harlequin troops. They're a
Yes.
little more durable. They have their invulnerable save and whatnot. So, and they're also quite fast. So that was kind of the initial. That was kind of the initial change, and then
Mhm.
I noticed some other changes, like yes, you can't bring characters, and there's of course if a unit dies, you can move, like do a full move with another unit and things like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of kind of tricksy Eldari stuff, right? So it's gonna be a very fast movement based army,
Yeah.
and you
I
need to
hope
be
it's
a
a
good player in order
gonna say
to.
it seems to be if you're a good player, they're very good. If you're
Yes.
not, they're gonna be just okay.
Yeah. I would
Counterable.
I would guess that you're gonna see um, for WTC, because that's kind of like my Super Bowl.
Mhm.
You're gonna see a lot of Eldar at that event,
At least one per team.
at least one per team.
Who is your Altari expert?
Tim Dietliff is
And do
Team
left.
Canada. He is kind of a savant actually at it. He's a really talented Eldar player. He only plays Eldar, and he's fantastic.
Those are the Canada and faction specialists. Come on now.
I am a firm believer that faction specialist is the way to go for that event.
Yeah.
You generally get more out of the army.
Then the people who are like, okay, who do I have to
The
play?
jumper, yeah, the faction jumper. Like Riven, for instance, I
Mhm.
think he always tends to get more out of that army than some of those
People
other.
could.
Yeah,
It's fair because, like I say, he's putting the work.
yeah, he's doing great.
But who knows? We might just suddenly get a lot of John interest in doing more on the site because you know why?
Why?
Massive corporate layoffs coming in March.
Oh no!
Wait, I got something for this. Yeah.
Oh no, John.
It's all good. They haven't announced anything. They just said, oh, well, probably early March there might be something. I'm like, okay, so there's definitely going to be some things.
Yeah, I mean, oh no.
That's okay. If you were working a corporate job and you're throwing in with layoffs at least once every 5 years, are you really working a corporate job?
I guess no.
Exactly. Yeah, let's see if I can salvage this.
Oh man.
So,
Oh, I did the classic snip off a piece and then can't find the piece that I snipped off. That's fuck. Well, I guess you didn't need
well,
that little tassel chain thing that I pulled off you, buddy.
can't believe he got rid of his tassels. This is one of his 13 pieces of flair.
I'm okay with chain tassels. It makes sense.
It's not too bad now. I mean, get in my light there. Is that even in focus at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little dry brush on that guy and he's good to go, man.
So that was the yellow and then the red on top.
And then you got to do the white on the top.
And then I
those
did a
tassels.
little dry brush of red,
Oh, I
bright
found
red,
that tassel. Good news.
right around the edges. And then I put some just null oil on them.
None
Pretty good
your business. Yeah.
for a unit that I'm trying to use for nefarious means.
Well, I mean, how is that any different than any other unit that someone brings?
I was excited to use like 1, 2 colors on these guys. And I'm like, no, let's use 4 and 2 different washes. So when I play with them for the first time, I won't roll a single 4 up and I'll never see them on the table. Always how it happens.
I'm confused on where these tassels actually go.
Dude, please put them on the chest plate. Oh, I will say when I'm building stuff, especially new marine stuff,
Yeah.
if I can at all help it, I do not put I don't put the pouches and stuff on.
No.
No.
So, well, a lot of the pouches are actually like made onto them now, right?
Yeah, they are. But there's the when they're like, you can add this and this, and I look at it and it's like the infiltrators. I look down and I'm like, you don't need anything on there. You're good, buddy.
Yeah.
You're gonna hang out mid board until you die anyway. You're not gonna need your lunch.
You're not gonna eat your lunch money. Makes no sense. The spot that it wants me to put the tassels don't exist. Oh well, he doesn't get tassels.
Doesn't need tassels, bud.
Doesn't even need them, but. Oh, do I make another one? Oh,
I think you got one more in you.
I got one more in me.
Just how many have you made so far?
3.
There you go. You're almost
Three in
at
an
a
hour
half.
and hour and 20 minutes. Is that good? Is that a good time?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't
Got
even
one
know.
more in you, and then by that point, I'll have finished these rims.
I don't even know anymore.
You need to take stuff to paint to this. Well, I guess you hate building, so this is also good.
Yeah, I did officially I did base like I spray painted a Demon Prince and some Exalted 8-bound.
Oh,
I figured building these guys would be more
frustrating.
frustrating and I would actually do it. So
Yeah. Do this? No, okay. Now I'm enjoying these.
now you're enjoying them? You
Yeah,
weren't enjoying
yeah.
them before?
It was. There was something missing. Like this back fade up here. Like I like that when it goes like yellow up to the red. Because then that doesn't even look like a demon. It just looks like fire. But then you turn around like, it's a little asshole.
And you got to get a little black in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's being blackwashed.
Nice. Then a little white.
I think it's maybe whites at the bottom, like the or in the middle of the yellow parts.
Yeah.
Or again, when you just realize this is a free unit that's never going to actually show up. So
No, of course it's gonna show up.
I'm very excited to throw these in as part of the old Night Arenas.
I think that's it's a great concept, great idea.
It is. It was stolen from a local guy in Washington here,
Stolen valor.
which he suggested I did 2 months ago, and I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. Start getting the smallest amount of success with knights, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this now. Let's go.
I can't wait for this this new era of John. The gamey
Oh,
fuck the gamey
I know.
fuck era.
The gamey fuck era. Johnimation is what I'm going to call it. I don't know, man. It's just like I said, I've done like the cool laid back thing for a while. And I can still be cool and laid back, but I can also try. Like, there's no.
That means one time for Only Hands we should play a game at TTS.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we could have. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I think that would work too. Because I mean, because we could green screen underneath our hands.
We could green screen us typing.
Yeah,
like playing the game.
because we're both not going to be typing at the same time.
Maybe it's an assumed hand though in that instance.
Or if someone could make us a terrain pack where instead of ruins, it's just hands.
Just hands, that would be so creepy.
Yeah. Almost like the intro video I made in like an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing what one episode's worth of footage and a bunch of AI hand generations can get you.
It's haunting.
Haunting is beautiful. Yeah, this isn't gonna. We don't have to limit this to painting. It's just. Actually, I did.
Could be learning to play. This could be instead of just a hobby stream, it could be a learning to play stream or like technique stream.
Being taught how to play stream.
Well, you know how to play.
Well, but do I know how to play?
I think it comes down to like understanding like matchup stuff. Like
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been struggling with personally, I've been really struggling with infiltrators really kind of boning me on not being able to get out and punch people in the face. So
yeah. I struggled. I think what I struggled with was again just trying to nail down when is my go turn. I think you're sort of in the same boat army wise, right?
Yeah.
Because with the infiltrators, that kind of changes when you're kind of like when you go.
Well, it delays everything. But
Yeah. And like for me, it's like it's somewhere between turns 2 and 4. But it's when like the perfect storm of things happens. And the other thing I learned was the best way to play my War Dog spam. It was just I was like, I'm gonna split this guy here and split this guy here and do this. That meant 4 War Dogs in the center objective. Now you can kill 3 of those, I'm pretty sure, in one turn, but the amount of concentrated fire for all 4 of them,
it's a too much.
too much. I still hold it.
It's a too much.
Okay. There's a lot of little details in these guys. Happy with the brims though.
They look good.
They have eyes. I think I'm gonna ignore them.
You're gonna ignore the eyes?
Yeah, and the teeth. There's gonna be little assholes. I can't believe one of those just farts out 2 of these guys.
Yes, they do.
They die and they fart out those guys.
Oh, I found a place for the tassels. I must have just did the tassels in error, I guess. Oh.
Not the tassels.
Yeah.
Gold. There's another trans gold.
We're doing it live.
Got to find a different place for my paint shaker because look at the screen.
Oh, it's
Earthquake time.
It's earthquake.
So I'm gonna make you okay. Map of the planet Olenissus. Is that weird chaos planet? It's a giant beast man curled up. 1, how dare you? I'm not giant. And 2,
You are kind of a giant.
it's fair. It's funny when I finally started going into the office, I started meeting people. They come up to my desk to say hi, and I would stand up, and you could just see the eye line like go up with me.
Maybe you won't get laid off.
Doing like the Jaws thing.
Yeah.
Man, imagine if you died and your punishment was you were so fat you were turned into a planet.
That's an interesting way to think about it.
Like glutton. You are now a planet. People will live on you.
Oh, I get to build my first Eviscerator Zerker here.
Those are so. Oh, I did buy as well Final Liberation for my PC. The 1990s Warhammer game or 40K game.
Oh.
It's a turn-based game. Or Epic. It's all Titans and stuff.
Okay.
Throw that on there too. Only hands can be many things. What we found out is it can never be faces. We tried that once, it didn't work.
Didn't work.
As long as the focus is on the hands, the screen can be anything.
That's right.
Okay, these guys are really cool.
Yeah.
Little blue.
It's like a nice shiny gold to probably do it.
Yeah. Look at that.
None of that?
Look at that. No, this is the Duncan Rhodes pen. Dragon's Gold.
Dragon's Gold. Do you think Duncan named that, or do you think he got like someone to do it for him?
I think he worked really closely with them. But he is now has 180 paints.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he signed off on it. But I'd be very surprised if he did it. Because that is too many paints.
It's a lot of paint.
Currently looking at them all.
You have them all.
I have them all. I have kickstarted all 3 waves.
Wow.
I like the idea of a good paint range, and it is a very good paint range.
That's
Their
awesome.
Trooper White is fantastic. We do expect sponsorship, by the way.
We expected?
Yeah. Oh, we actually have sponsorship. We got to start that on Tuesday. We should have started tonight. But that's okay.
I didn't even know.
With Magic Mind.
Oh.
Yeah. And as soon as I read the box about what it actually is, boom.
You'll know what it does.
We'll know what it does. You're going to get 3 organic read-throughs in an episode.
Well, we have to strategically add those.
Strategically add those and then not make shorts out of them.
Not make shorts out of them? We're not
I don't want
allowed
to make shorts out of ads.
Oh, wow. I'm going to let the AI figure that one out.
Brave man. You gonna do shorts of the armies from last week though?
So I forgot. I don't record these, so it actually
Oh.
was more pain in the ass than I initially thought it was.
You can download the video and just do it from there.
From YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Because some of those armies were real nice.
Yeah, man.
Look at that boy. A little flash of gold.
Little flashy gold guy.
Bring the army color in by giving him a purple tongue.
Like it. What do you think their relationship with those big knights are? Do you think they like each other? Do you think they're just means to an end? What
You know how sharks swimming in the ocean have tiny fish on their back? They just kind of eat all the crap off the back of it.
Yeah.
All the magical evil that these knights are leaking off of them. The blue horrors just kind of run around and eat the magical badness of them.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like a monkey picking the poxes off of things.
Yeah. Monkeypox.
Yes. Okay. I'll have to paint these guys' teeth. But I also bought a second box of these because I might just drop the Nurglings and do another box of these guys.
Wait, when
We'll
did you
see.
build those?
I built these today.
Oh, Jesus.
I built these in about.
You make me feel so inadequate.
So, how many pieces do you think this model I'm holding is?
3.
Yes. So every blue horror is 3 pieces.
Oh.
How many pieces are these guys?
1.
1. Yes.
Okay, so you're saying it's not a big ask to build those.
No. No.
So these Zerkers are more than that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this guy, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pieces for that one guy.
That's a lot of pieces,
3.
dude.
3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Officially, one would kick the other one's ass.
Oh, absolutely. This guy is dying. I do like that my Chaos Knight army now entirely predilected on how many 4-ups can I roll.
Yeah, pretty much.
So 50% of the time, I'm winning the whole thing.
Scary thing, really. 4-ups.
Yeah. We went to like our first LVO a few years ago. We went to a big group of us flew down from Alaska, and one of the guys, Micah, he has like just a weird energy that makes him unreliably good at the game. Like surprisingly so.
Uh-huh.
Like he goes 5-1 quite a lot at LVO, and we're like, how? But he was bitching out. Well, I think he went 4-2 or like 5-1. He was bitching out because he lost. I was like, yeah. Guess what happened? Just didn't make any 4-up rolls. Like it didn't happen. It only happened half the time. And we were like, yeah, it should only happen half the time. He was like, no. And we were trying to argue statistical math to him. Didn't believe us. That it should only happen half the time. So, yeah, Chaos Demon player too. It was like that advert for the cologne in Anchorman.
Works all the time. Works
Yeah.
60% of the time all the time.
50% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, just accept your fate. You did really good. Go from there.
see, we've come to the hated dual weapon where you have to like match the arms.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of this process here.
Just tormenting you today, isn't it?
I, it's my own fault. I should like to build. I've been doing this for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. So why don't you?
I just don't. I just don't enjoy it. The glue doesn't stick, and then you have to redo it. I should
There
just
you go.
think about it as an enjoyment. Like I'm just enjoying.
Yeah, Paul Battelle in chat saying every kit is only one piece if someone else builds it for you. Ever going to commission someone to build your stuff for you?
I would totally commission someone to build my stuff.
An idea.
Is that a thing? Do people actually?
That's the thing.
That?
That's the thing you can do. You just be like, hey, can you build this for me?
I would probably pay money for that officially.
There you go. Get them on it,
I'm
community.
kind of hoping the FOMO box for the Emperor's Children will only be like the easy to build stuff. I enjoy building the easy build stuff.
It is not easy build stuff.
It is though. Like, well, but I mean,
None of the FOMO boxes have been easy to build.
Yeah, well, Dickie wants an easy build set. I guess it's easy to build if you pay someone to build it.
Yep. Lanesh does weird stuff. Yep.
Yeah, it sure does.
Okay, here we go.
What are we doing now?
Gums and meth.
Gums and meth.
Well, they are blue. Gums and mouth.
Ah.
We're doing generally when I do like a new mod, I've never done a blue horror before. I know they're all gonna be blue, so I can do the blue fairly easily.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I will pull back and stop and finish one. Just to make sure I like how it looks.
That's a good process.
And then if I like how it looks, I will move on and just batch paint everything else the same.
You will continue, yeah.
But I don't want to get to like the 10th one after batch paint and be like, oh, I don't like how that looks in the mouth. That is not helpful.
Yeah, that wouldn't be helpful.
Big slabbery tongue. Yep, nice and simple.
I was looking at different paint schemes for the Emperor's Children and how I'm going to do it. I really like what they did with the black.
What did they do with the black?
The black and the pink.
Yeah.
They didn't make it like all pink. They added the black armor in there.
Yeah, that's a nice combo, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I went to Juan Hadago, his painting, and I really enjoy his. So he does contrast, but then he kind of zhuzhed it up a bit afterwards, and
I find contrast is a really good initial coat.
Yeah.
Like even these blue horrors here, it was the first coat with contrast, and then it was a dry brush over.
Yeah.
It just takes some of the sheen off some of the contrasts.
Yes.
And then also it just gives it a little bit more. It's still very easy.
Well, he has a very cool black armor technique.
Yeah.
And it looks fantastic when it's done. But he uses express paint.
Huh. The army painter stuff?
No, he uses the Vallejo speed
Wow.
paint.
Well, now that they've solved their labor dispute, that's fine.
We can do that now, yeah.
You can do that now.
I can promote that. But I was very excited to try it because it looks very easy. It's basically a slap chop, but in almost like a full body kind of deal.
Yeah. That's what Rob Symes was doing, right?
Yeah. But it's all about the colors that he uses for the undercoat, which kind of give it the kind of armory look.
Yeah. Zoo. Man, they should have given him a grill like gold teeth. No, that's rude. Actually. yes, dropper pots where the dropper top dries into the lid.
Oh, the worst. Oh baby, we're almost done. We got.
Yeah, you are.
I have to put a couple shoulder pads on, and we're good to go.
Woo. Gonna paint some teethy teeth while you do that.
Teethy teeth.
Or how messy they are. That's what washes are for.
You're very brave painting the teethy teeth on camera.
Oh, well, it's because I do wash out. Well, I turned a finger into a tooth. That's also why the white is very wet. So it very easily comes off. This brush is trash. We'll use the same. Actually, he's going to have a yellow eye.
Yellow eye.
With a brush that isn't quite so trash on the tip. Oh, there you go. Get some tooth definition, but we're getting there. So all I gotta do to finish these guys, do like a little flash wash over the gold. Get the fire. Well, fire's probably okay. Then define the teeth a little bit. I think he's looking good.
He's looking great.
Mm-hmm.
They will look dead in a dead. They will look great in a dead pile on the side of the table.
Turn one. Where's your Dickie? Let's see your pile of improvements.
Oh, right.
We're counting down to doneness.
I'm at 4. Just give me a second. I gotta get a backpack on. This guy's gonna be fancy and have the banner though.
What kind of banners are you gonna have?
Well, world leaders have little banners, and all they really do is let you re-roll one of your blood dice. So Angron can come back, or you can get that juicy advance in charge, or whatever the case may be. It has to be on the objective, but that's not a problem.
That's okay. That's where you want to be anyway.
That's where you want to be anyway. But I've been having fun. I've been experimenting a lot with the Grotmist detachment.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I don't think it's necessarily better than the original detachment.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely has some interesting tricks, like the blood surge and things like that. So
Blood surge is always fun.
Blood surge is always fun.
The Grotmist Chaos Knight detachment. I was like, this isn't good.
Yeah, that one was not good. You're not wrong there.
It was cute, and I was tempted. But I don't run a Chaos Knight, so I can have 60 cultists.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go back.
I think it's telling that of like the 20 of us who took Chaos Knights Alvio, where I finished nice in the middle of all of them. I don't think any of us took the Grotmist detachment.
Oh no?
I don't think there was a single one. Yeah. Big that GW.
Yeah, sorry, GW. You kind of buggled that one up. We need a 96, maybe? Where's the backpack? Did I use 96?
Is it on the Citadel cutting mat in front of you?
No, this is the banner thingy. I guess it doesn't officially matter which one you use. I guess it's just okay if it's. I just need to be able to. Why don't we use 94?
Ooh.
You're really excited about that.
Look at you. Yeah.
Oh, ooh, thinking outside the box.
No, I think this is game of the stream. We can just TTS. We can.
I think TTS would be. It's going to be a longer one because TTS games tend to last. Maybe we can record the first bit, or if people just want to, it makes sense to do the whole
you
thing.
put part 2 behind a paywall.
Oh, jeez. A nice dig.
Yeah,
dig to Adam Camilleri there.
He's a very successful 40K businessman. But yeah.
I don't want to say too much because I do actually benefit from that.
I was going to say, I know you do. Yeah. But no, yeah, so we could definitely kind of throw like TTS in there. Well, and it's not going to be that far because let me tell you, games with knights doesn't take very long.
No, they don't take very long.
Well, I think the only bad thing, I've not been able to find any good Chaos Knight models out there.
Oh, I saw some really interesting Chaos Knight like 3D prints.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could actually like they actually look like corn, like a corn demon or like a Nurgle demon. So they kind of went with god specific ones,
Yeah.
which is really interesting.
Well, mine are all purple. So everyone's like, oh, Slanesh Knights. And they're very confused. But I'm like, no,
No, I don't care.
nope, not really. And I'm now showing up with Zinchen Nurgle demons.
So you're gonna confuse it. Everyone's just gonna be really confused.
Hopefully.
All right, okay. I now officially have 4 completed Zerkers. 6 more to go.
See?
Ooh.
The start of the night you had none.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. Well,
I had to mute my mic.
I am happy that I did that. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that we had viewers watch us. That was great. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Did. Yeah. We'll be back next week. Who knows? We might do a TTS.
Might even do TTS. Who
We
knows?
might invite someone else on to paint with us. Or
Danny
maybe you
could
have
show up.
else.
Jenny could remember that we do this.
To be fair, he knows. He just also enjoys being married. And his wife isn't sick of the sight of him.
Well, that'll soon change. And then he'll be able to join us.
Yeah. And then, we might pull some other people in too.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
But thanks for everyone for hanging out. If anyone's still there, thanks for the people who go back and watch this stream afterwards.
People watch this afterwards? Oh,
they
okay.
do. Yeah,
Weird.
crazy times. So yeah, thanks for that. We'll be back Tuesday with Grim. Grim with a brand new mob.
I put the camera on you. Look at all your progress.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at my progress today. We'll be back on Tuesday with new Grim, which is going to have a brand new mob rules segment where we're going to talk about some of the more positive aspects and how you can be a good force in your community in between getting shitting on the community with Grim.
Yep.
And then next Saturday we'll be back with Only Hands. My voice will work again, hopefully. But yeah, for Only Hands, I've been John's hands.
I've been Dickie's hands, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been Only Hands.
Yeah. Okay.
That works.
See you later.
See you later.
Step right up to the grim dark scene where miniatures need painting, know what I mean? Brushes dancing, those paints are flying. You might look bad, but we're really trying.